but also their machines. Sweat, not in the jerseys, but in their gears. It's about the race this time. Show up to cheer for Amchi Mumbai.
Mumbai Falcons at the Asian F3 Championship UAE.
Yes, it's me. And no, it's not cricket. But it's the same energy. It's not between the runs, but the laps. It's not between two teams, but many to come. It's not just between the players, but also their machines. Sweat, not in the jerseys, but in their gears. It's about the race this time. Show up to cheer for Amchi Mumbai.
Mumbai Falcons at the Asian F3 Championship UAE.
Yes, it's me. And no, it's not cricket. But it's the same energy. It's not between the runs, but the laps. It's not between two teams, but many to come. It's not just between the players, but also their machines. Sweat, not in the jerseys, but in their gears. It's about the race this time. Show up to cheer for Amchi Mumbai.
Mumbai Falcons at the Asian F3 Championship UAE.
Yes, it's me. And no, it's not cricket. But it's the same energy. It's not between the runs, but the laps. It's not between two teams, but many to come. It's not just between the players, but also their machines. Sweat, not in the jerseys, but in their gears. It's about the race this time. Show up to cheer for Amchi Mumbai.
Mumbai Falcons at the Asian F3 Championship UAE.
Yes, it's me. And no, it's not cricket. But it's the same energy. It's not between the runs, but the laps. It's not between two teams, but many to come. It's not just between the players, but also their machines. Sweat, not in the jerseys, but in their gears. It's about the race this time. Show up to cheer for Amchi Mumbai.
Mumbai Falcons at the Asian F3 Championship UAE.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new circuit, and we're feeling good. Yes, it's the F4 UAE Championship, certified by FIA 2023, and we're at a brand new racetrack, Kuwait Motor Town, in the heart of the Middle East, and it is going to be a fabulous opportunity to see what these drivers can do when the chips are down and when there's no experience of a race circuit to back them up. Jake Sanson here with you. It is going to be an electrifying contest in this second weekend out of 5 in the F4 UAE Championship, and over the course of the next 6 days we're going to race on this circuit 6 times in the F4 United Arab Emirates Championship. 1 today, 2 tomorrow, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday we do it all again. But check out this fantastic new race circuit. 20 corners, 5.6 kilometers in length. It is now the longest circuit in the Middle East, and this is the first time that we've ever had an international single-seater race of its kind here in action. This, of course, was built in 2019, just before the pandemic struck, and that was what has kept us from racing here over the last 3 seasons. However, now that the world is opening up again, we finally get to experience this circuit for what it is, a fabulous new place to race, and in a country that is full of verve and very much excitement for cars and all things fast. This is a great location to come to. And it's already been a very exciting battle as the contenders have geared up, ready for an exciting challenge and a great bout out on the circuit in the F4 UAE Championship. We obviously had a very exciting battle at Dubai. Let's find out what happened last time. Obviously the highlights from Dubai Autodrome, 3 epic races. We saw all kinds of action from 39 cars on the starting grid as everybody wanted to put on an exciting battle. One man that emerged very strong right from the outset was the American star Yugo Ugachukwu from Kramer Racing. He put on a terrific showcase in the first of 3 races to showcase exactly how serious he is about winning this championship. Sadly, Nicola Lacorte did not go the distance, and Will McIntyre ended up losing his front wing. But there were plenty of race battles, drills and spills throughout, and some great duels as everybody put on a big spectacle under the fading light of the Dubai Autodrome. But Yugo Ugachukwu triumphed in the first race of the season, and he is well on his way to a strong lead in the championship. Come the second race the following morning, there was drama right from the outset as James Wharton barely got away and ended up having to charge through from the back of the field. Gianno Alazzari sadly lost his front wing and any chance of the victory as Fernando Barrichello spun at the final turn and Jacob Bergmeister triggered a safety car. There were battles all the way through the field, however, as everybody started to get up to speed. But one man could not be thwarted in his attempts. That was the American once more, Yugo Ugachukwu, who triumphed for the second time in as many races. While James Bazik hobbled back to the pits, Ugachukwu marched into victory lane for the second time in as many races, with Tuka Tarpanen, the young Ferrari Academy ace, chasing him down. Come race 3 though, it was time for the Red Bull youngster to emerge glorious. Arvid Lindblad triumphing off the starting line, bagging a fastest lap later, and with Bianca Bustamante's safety car period well cleared away, he just had to look in his rearview mirrors to see all the drama unfold behind him. Valerio Renicella going to battle in fine style, and then unfortunately tangling with his teammate Gidel Smal. There were battles all the way through the field as you'd come to expect in F4 racing, as Lena Bühler ended up having a big moment with the number 75 of Noah Stromstad. But then there were problems for 2 of the XL Motorsport teammates, which triggered a final safety car, which is how the race ended. Arvid Lindblad taking his first car racing victory. And if the Red Bull youngster has anything to say about it, it'll be the first of many. So now, after that first weekend in Dubai, we obviously have 3 drivers primed and hunting down the championship title. Arvid Lindblad, Tuka Tarpanen, and the points leader, Yugo Ugachukwu from New York. It's going to be a really exciting battle for them. And obviously, because we've had 3 races so far, everybody now feels pretty comfortable with their lot. So we come and drop them into a difficult situation. A new race circuit which nobody has raced on. This is going to be an epic 3 races over the course of the weekend. Unpredictability is very much the watchword. We had 2 wins for Ugachukwu, a win for Tarpanen, a win for Lindblad, I should say, and a great consistent effort from Tuka Tarpanen. But who is going to be on pole position for this first race? None of them. Valerio Renicella, the Italian, was the man who triumphed in qualifying this morning for the MP Motorsport squad. And the Dutch team have definitely got a bit of a star in this young Italian. Valerio Vinicella triumphing in fine style through the qualifying session, with Yuga Wagachukwu, though, alongside him on that front row of the grid. He really is starting to emerge as the early season favourite. And we've said this time and time again, it's not about what you do when you win, it's about what you do when you don't. And certainly Wagachukwu is keeping himself in the hunt every single time he gets into the car. And there he is, front row of the grid, beside Valerio Vinicella. Down on the start line, Feline Wang has found our pole sitter.
Hey, Valerio, you were very consistent in Dubai. Is this going to be your start of your championship fight?
Yeah, I will try my best and let's try to win the race.
Okay, good luck. Yeah. 那刚刚呢，我问到 Valley 呢，他这次是拿到了杆位，而且在迪拜的3场比赛呢，也非常的就是稳定发挥。他也提到呢，他这场比赛争取拿到冠军。Back to you guys.
Thanks, Feline. Great to catch up very briefly there with Valerio Vinicella. He clearly doesn't want to give away any of his tricks just yet here at Kuwait Motor Town. This is his first chance, really, to run the race from the front. He currently lies 6th in the standings. Brando Badua is absent this weekend and will be for round 3 as well. And hopefully we'll see him back again in action at the Dubai Autodrome for round 4 of the championship. 5th in the standings is the Australian James Wharton, who actually grabbed a pole position for race 3. And Valerio Vinicella grabs pole position for this one, 6th in the standings. Such is the competitive nature of F4 racing at this level. There are so many contenders who have a chance to make a real play of it. And from our point of view, we couldn't have asked for better. So the F4 UAE Championship Round 2 Race 1 is about to get underway. Hello to everybody who is watching, whether you're tuned in via CTVS out in China, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook via the F4 UAE Championship pages. Your company is very much appreciated. And this man, Yuga Wagachukwu, comes into this race with the points lead, 21, ahead of his closest rival, Arvid Lindblad. 2 wins and a third, plus a pole position and a fastest lap. The American is very strong here at Kuwait as well. They definitely seem to have got him very much settled into the rhythm. But with a new race circuit comes that air of uncertainty. You don't really know what to expect from this race weekend. And we certainly don't know what to expect from this track. The drivers, through the course of the practice sessions and the qualifying, are almost completely unanimous. They absolutely love this place. It is a great new facility, 5.6 kilometers in length, constructed in 2019, thanks to the brilliant genius that is the F1 architect Herman Tilke, to create a motor racing hub of activity here in the country of Kuwait. And already everybody has proclaimed it's probably the best thing about the nation at the moment. It's a wonderful facility, a great race circuit, amazing peripheral activities going on here as well. There is a motocross and a rallycross circuit here, as well as a drag strip, which the circuit here runs parallel to from turn 1 to turn 2. That long straight runs side by side to the drag strip, which runs most nights here. Actually, there is a real petrol head vibe here in Kuwait. And behind our position on the main start-finish straight, there is also an FIA karting Grade 1 circuit, which hopefully could host the World Championships one day. But for the Mumbai Falcons man, James Wharton, he has a chance this weekend to reignite his title campaign for 2023. He knows it, and he's not going to waste a moment of that opportunity. The grid is being cleared. The sun is out here at the glorious new Kuwait Motor Town circuit. And the F4 UAE Championship will continue with the 4th race out of 15. So the battle is joined, and we're ready to see just how exciting and how encapsulating this battle is set to be. We're very grateful for you joining us for this first race of 3 over the course of a thrilling encounter and a great battle to come over the course of the proceedings. We are very excited and very keen to see how this all plays out. Jake Sanson with you in the commentary box. And my goodness me, are we about to go into a world of excitement here as we battle for the next race in the F4 UAE Championship. So the green light goes out and we are on our exploratory lap, the first ever rolling lap in an F4 car around the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. So this first corner is almost flat to the throttle. There might be a slight lift as you run UAE Championship. So the green light goes out and we are on our exploratory lap, the first ever rolling lap in an F4 car around the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. Jacob Bergmeister, who's already had his problems at Dubai, and it looks like he's got even more here. Bergmeister finally getting away, and he doesn't let the whole field go through to do so, so he is quite lucky there. But obviously we've working our way now through the field. Tukatapan and Kanato Lee on the third row behind our top four men. Seventh on the grid is Noah Lyle, Teofil Nile in eighth position. And row 5 to round out the top 10, it's Federico Al Rifai and Arvid Lindblad for the High-Tech Grand Prix team. Then we have Jessica Raskedo alongside Noah Stromsted of the PHM Racing team. Row 7 of the grid is Mohammed Ibrahim and Nicola Lacorte for Mumbai Falcons and Prema. Then we have Bianca Bustamante doing a great job in qualifying alongside Valentin Klus. Then it is Rafael Narak alongside James Pazik of Australia. And on the 10th row of the grid, rounding out the top 20, it's an all-female row 10, Hamda Al-Kubaisi and Lena Bula. Then we have Will McIntyre alongside the new boy Japanese driver Hiya Yamakoshi. And then 23rd on the grid is Dion Gouda for Rodin Carlin alongside Jacob Bergmeister in P24. Then it's Alexander Bolduev lining up beside Jack Beaton for Pinnacle. And on row 14 of the grid, it is Theodor Jensen and Alexander Abkasava. Rounding out the top 30, it is Sebastian Murray alongside Flavio Olivieri, the Crown Motorsport teammates. Row 16 sees Emily de Huys alongside Georgi Jadovski. And then in row 17 of the grid, Matteo Quintarelli alongside Kai Dardignani. Row 16 of the grid sees Akshay Bora alongside Victoria Blokina. And then row 16 of the grid sees Luciano Morano alongside Zachary David, put to the back of the grid after a difficult run in qualifying 1. So 38 very exciting racing drivers trying to charge their way forward. We are ready though on this formation lap. It is set to be a real thrill fest from the outset. They do say in motor racing, expect the unexpected. Today, it's never been more true. The first single-seater race ever on the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. This is a really exciting new opportunity. Valerio Minicella lining up on the pole position. Second place for our championship leader, Yuga Wugachukwu. James Wharton and Keanu Elazari are right there to continue their battle. Certainly for the United Arab Emirates fans who are watching along, their superstar youngster Keanu Elazari is right there behind James Wharton to try and battle away. But watch for Kanato Lee off the start in P6, the number 6. Has a great chance to throw a bit of an upset into the mix alongside Tukka Tarpanen on the third row of the grid. So there's going to be some really exciting challenges. Rinicella, Ugachukwu, Wharton and Elazari making their way to the starting grid. Then Tukka Tarpanen, Kanato Lee, Noah Lyle and the 44 of Teofil Nile. We're going to have a really exciting first race here. Not entirely sure how it's going to play out. That's what makes it just that little bit more exciting than other races. You never really know how good a race circuit is until you turn a racing lap or two in anger. The drivers are all very excited about what this circuit can give them in the F4 UAE Championship, and so am I. We're gearing up for the first ever race of the F4 United Arab Emirates Championship on the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. It should be a really exciting battle as the contenders are gearing up for an exciting race ahead of us. The contenders are ready, the stage is almost set, and now we are looking forward to an epic contest as the drivers are getting themselves into position on the starting grid. So our final cars are into position here at Kuwait Motor Town, and we are ready to go racing here at Kuwait. Let's race at Kuwait Motor Town. Great start from the front of the grid for Ugachukwu, but Rinicella's got the best launch. Wharton is hunting in behind Ugachukwu as they run through the first corner. Is everybody going to get through in fine style? Looks as though everyone's cleanly through turn 1, and now comes that racing here at Kuwait. Let's race at Kuwait Motor Town. Great start from the front of the grid for Ugachukwu, but Rinicella's got the best launch. Wharton is hunting in behind Ugachukwu as they run through the first corner. Is everybody getting... Wharton has cut through first, and as they work their way through the hairpin, there's contact in the middle of the field. 1 and 2 cars having to take avoiding action. 2 cars facing the wrong way. 1 missing a front wing. So there's already drama. A couple of drivers trying to keep out of harm's way. And it's an absolute thrill fest as they run through in the second sector. 2 or 3 wide as the drivers are gunning through in the middle section of the course, but that is a problem already for the 14. It's game over, I'm afraid, for one of the RHGP cars, I think that is. So that is Raphael Narak, the Frenchman. He's already in dire straits. Let's see if we can have a look at it. Too many cars, too small a space, and as you can see, bang! Looks like one of the XL cars just got a little bit too close to Raphael Narak, and he hit somebody else on the way through there as well. And I think that is one of the Cavicel cars facing in the wrong direction there as well, I'm afraid. So Raphael Narak and I think Lena Buehler facing in the wrong direction. Dion Gouda, I think, was the one who got caught up in the middle of all of that. So several drivers already on the back foot. But out in front, it's James Wharton from Valeria Minicella. Safety car, safety car. So they slow in the safety car board. So we have not yet got our first clean green lap of the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. Everybody getting very excited in F4 UAE. A little too excited, it seems. Oh my goodness, there's 2 more cars out of the race then. That is one of the XL Motorsport cars in trouble. I think that is going to be Alex Abkasava and Georgi Żurawski. And that's a little further down the course from the original spins. So I'm afraid Abkasava and Żurawski are also out of this race. Someone coming into the pit lane, are they? Well, I thought there might have been some activity down in pit road as the field come through to complete the first lap, although they are under safety car conditions, of course. So by my math, we've got 4 retirements already. Very unfortunate indeed. Lena Buehler has not continued, nor has Alexander Abkasava or Georgi Żurawski. I think actually Raphael Narak has got the car going again and straight into the pits. So Raphael Narak has got damage to his car, but he has managed to get the car moving again. And it looks as though Hamda Al-Kubaisi has got involved in that first lap melee as well. So very unfortunate indeed for Hamda Al-Kubaisi in the Yaz Heat Racing Academy car. In fact, it's her that's in the pit lane. And I think Raphael Narak is going to be in the same situation. So Hamda Al-Kubaisi is in pit road, so is Dion Gouda. And so is Luciano Morano, actually. Oh no, sorry, that's actually Bora who's come into the pits. So several drivers have come into the pit lane then. Actually Bora, Hamda Al-Kubaisi, Dion Gouda and Raphael Narak, I think, have all managed to make their way into pit road. There's certainly a flourish of activity, and you can see the retirements there of Alexander Abkasava and Georgi Żurawski. Didn't quite see the incident that put those 2 out of the race, but it must have been in the clustering effect of the gaggle of drivers in the mid-pack on that opening tour. I'm afraid both drivers, you can tell who's hit who and how they've done it, because the right rear and the left front of each of those cars have clearly connected. Not entirely sure if we were able to pick up on that particular incident or not, but certainly safety car is on the circuit here in F4 UAE. So a very dramatic start to proceedings already then, as the cars have obviously had an intriguing start to the race, but it's not gone according to plan for several of the contenders in the pack. So now what we need to figure out is how everybody is going to make their way further forward, and what will happen on the restart, of course, because that is an intriguing part of what's going to happen next. But there's certainly big drama for those 2 cars, and there is both Georgi and Alexander walking away from their cars, so that is good news. That, above all else, is what really matters here. But both Alexander Abkasava and Georgi Żurawski are out of their cars. They're okay, but fortunately only their race is over. So they're going to have to come back and try again, ready for tomorrow. Georgi Żurawski just assessing the damage. I think it's pretty cut and dry that he can't really go any further. The safety car is out on track here at Kuwait Motor Town, and the fans are already flocking in the stands. They keep on arriving. I have a feeling they're going to be. It's red flag out on the course. Now, the reason they have thrown the red flag here is because the recovery would obviously take quite a long length of time. So they have decided to red flag the race, and they will bring the cars onto the main straight, I would think, or either into the pit lane. So the race under red flag conditions, red flag, so the safety car has brought them onto the main straight. The cars will now line up on the main straight with James Wharton in pit lane. James Wharton's come into the pit. Everybody's come into the pits by the look of it. So that is good news. I can remember an incident last year when we had one car electing to stay out on the course, but everybody has come into the pits on this occasion. So because everybody just follows everybody else into the pits, there you go. So their session has been suspended, and that is due to the incident that has taken out Alexander Abkasava and Georgi Żurawski. So those two drivers are out of the race. And obviously, in circumstances like this, when the race is red flagged, that there is a very specific reason why this has been done, and it's been done in order to give us a full length of racing. Now, Akshay Bora and Dion Gowda have sustained too much damage to continue by the look of it, so they're not going any further in this one. And just to remind everybody, the clock does stop during a red flag, so that clock will reset itself to the point of the red flag. But obviously now the priority is making sure all the drivers get down to the end of the pit lane, and they will wait in terms of the procedure. So there is Alexander Abkasava's car being recovered next to Georgi Żurawski's. So that's two drivers who are not going any further in race one of the F4 UAE Championship here at Kuwait Motor Town. The first ever single-seater race to take place on this brand new race circuit. And a race circuit that everybody is already getting very happy and fond of. So with those four drivers involved in the incident earlier on, there were a few more that were involved in the incidents as they continued on, of course. But with those particular drivers now cleared away, they actually give us a chance to run a decent length of racing. So we are ready for an exciting battle in F4 UAE Championship, certified by FIA 2023 here at Kuwait Motor Town, the second weekend out of 5. Jake Sanson here with you in the commentary box, and already we've got a red flag in the first race of the season at Kuwait Motor Town, the first of 6 that are going to be taking place here over the next 6 days, because we'll have 1 today, 2 tomorrow, and then we'll have a race on Tuesday and 2 more on Wednesday. A real week of speed for the locals here, who are flocking to the circuit. I should point out that Kuwait is a very petrol-head, passionate nation. They love their cars, they love their bikes, they love their pickup trucks, anything that makes good noise, basically. And here at Kuwait Motor Town, the whole point is to have some fun and make some noise. Sadly for these two, though, they're not going to be making any more noise in this one. So James Wharton came into the red flag leading the race after a brilliant start from 3rd on the grid. See, this is what makes these race weekends all the more valuable. That's a young lad there, enjoying it, soaking it up, and who knows, maybe one day he'll be on the racetrack himself as a driver. There is a karting circuit just behind us, so you never know. From very small acorns, mighty oaks can grow. James Wharton currently leading under red flag period. Valerio Rinicella 2nd, Hugo Ugochukwu in 3rd from Teofil Nal, and Arvid Lindblad. What a start from Lindblad to get up to 5th position. A very solid run from him then. 6th position for Tukka Tapanen, then Keanu Alazari, Noah Lyle, Kanato Lee and Noah Stromsted. That's the top 10. And then we have Federica Rifai in 11th in front of Mohammed Ibrahim, Jessica Rashkedo, Valentin Klus and Bianca Bustamante. Then James Bezique, Will McIntyre, Jack Beaton, Hio Yamakoshi, and in 20th is Alexander Bolduev. Then Theo Jensen in front of Nicola Lacorte, Sebastian Murray ahead of Flavio Olivieri, Matteo Quintarelli and Kai Darignani. Jacob Bergmeister and Akshay Bora from Luciano Morano, Emilio de Hoos, Victorio Blachina, and then I do believe everybody else is still circulating. Well, a fair few of the drivers behind are still circulating. Hamda Al-Kubaisi and Dion Gowda are still going around, but I'm not sure Akshay Bora is going any further. And of course, we know for a fact that Georgi Żurawski, Lena Bula, and also Alexander Abkasava are not going any further. So don't worry about that clock ticking down. It will be reset So there is going to be a full continuation of the race to as close to its full distance as possible. We'll give you an update as to when the race will restart and for how long the duration is. So you don't need to take that clock on set value. We are under red flag conditions here at Kuwait Motor Town thanks to an incident on lap 1 between Alexander Abkasava and Georgi Zharavsky. Both drivers are perfectly okay, we should point that out. It was just a case of too many cars into too small a space, learning their way around this brand new race circuit at Kuwait Motor Town. A circuit that has a real vibe for speed. They love cars, they love bikes, and they love all things motorsport. So it's about time they had their own world-class facility, and world-class is definitely the way you would explain and describe Kuwait Motor Town to anybody who had not been here before. The facilities are quite extraordinary. Race will resume under safety car at 14:50 local time. That is in 3.5 minutes from now. So there you go. That answers the question asked by Ben Morrison. They will restart under safety car at 14:50. Thank you for the question, and thank you for all of your comments. If you're watching along on the Facebook or the YouTube stream, you're very welcome, and I do check them all, so please be pleasant. So the contenders are gearing themselves up ready for an exciting battle as we rejoin the F4 United Arab Emirates Championship grid very soon indeed. But it is the first red flag that we have had of the season. We had safety cars in all 3 races, I do believe, at Dubai 2 weeks ago. Obviously, you've got to remember that a lot of these young drivers are straight out of the world of karting into cars for the first time when you get into F4. So obviously the drivers are learning on the job, and it's very, very hard to expect them to be Formula 1 level in their first year. None of them are going to be. So in 2.5 minutes, the race will resume under safety car, and it'll be James Wharton of Australia that leads the race on the restart. There's Jacob Bergmeister. Now hopefully he's got his car going again after a bit of an awkward start to the race, that's for sure. Didn't quite go according to plan for you, did it, mate? German had a bit of a difficult start on the grid. I noticed there were a couple of drivers towards the tail end of the field on the start that were actually slightly out of position. I think they're still learning how to put their cars into the starting grid positions. All of the Kuwaiti fans are being treated to world-class motorsport on their doorstep rather than on their television screens for a change. Nice to see. And I have to say, the passion and the warmth and the enthusiasm for motorsport at this level here has been phenomenal. So many wonderful people. You've got to remember that there's a population of about 4.6 million people here in Kuwait. And there is a fabulous thrill for speed. They love motorsport, they love cars, they love bikes. And this is just going to be the light to the torch paper as far as everybody's concerned. So we've got a question on the live stream from Flower, who wants to know who are the people that are out of the race. Well, as far as I can tell, we've got Lena Beulah out of the race. We should also all have Alexander Abkasava and Georgi Zharavsky. I'm not entirely sure if Dion Gouda or Akshay Bora are going to rejoin or not, because they were tagged in the incident. So the race duration, I am told, will be 17 minutes plus 1 lap. There you go, 17 minutes plus 1 lap is going to be the new starting order. So ignore the clock on the top of your screen for the moment, because that is going to be reset. 17 minutes plus 1 lap is going to be the race duration. So you will get a proper full-length F4 UAE Championship race encounter. And are we going to get a 3rd different race winner? Because we had 2 race wins for Yuga Wuga Chukwu last time out in Dubai, and then in the 3rd race we had the Red Bull Junior Arvid Lindblad take his first win in car racing. So it's going to be a really exciting battle. If you've just joined us here at Kuwait Motor Town, you haven't missed a massive amount. We're under red flags, but we are going to restart behind the safety car now, because we had an incident on lap 1 between Alexander Abkasava and Georgi Zharavsky. Both drivers out of the race, both are okay. Their cars can't go any further, so now they will continue going into the remainder of this race, which will be 17 minutes plus 1 lap. And I should stress that because we've started the race behind the safety car, that timer has begun. So we're going to get back into the race action here for the F4 United Arab Emirates Championship, certified by FIA 2023. Jake Sanson with you in the commentary box. Feline Wang is down in pit lane to grab interviews with our race winner later into the race. But obviously, we are now under safety car, because that is the procedure when you've had a red flag after race one. The race forms up under the safety car. So they will do one lap, and then the safety car will be in at the end of this lap, barring any misdemeanors. Now, interestingly, Alexander Bolduev for the XL Motorsport team does not appear to have left the pits yet. Nor has Akshay Bora, nor has Dion Gowder. Now Bolduev has left, so unfortunately for him, that means he'll have to drop to the back of the grid. So Bolduev will now continue on in dead last, I'm afraid to say. But for the front end of the field, we've got the Australian James Wharton, the Italian Valerio Rinicella, the American Hugo Ugachukwu, the Frenchman Théophile Nal, and the Brit Arvid Lindblad. 5 different teams in the top 5 places. Talk about competitive. It is a brilliant championship, the F4 United Arab Emirates Championship. You get so many drivers and so many teams from all over the world competing at this level. It's the first serious single-seater championship for an F4 competitor in 2023. Brand new circuit for the second and third weekends. I say third weekend, but Tuesday and Wednesday doesn't really count as the third weekend, does it? Because it's going to be midweek. But it means we get to crowbar 6 races into 6 days of action on the circuit. So I'm happy with that. I feel they're trying to get themselves dialed in and ready. Got to be very careful not to trip over the car in front of you. And James Wharton is backing up the pack, ready to drop the hammer and pull away. It looks like he's gone for it already. So James Wharton is going to have that run down the penultimate straight, through the left kink, and then on the run. Now this could be a tricky one because the safety car is at the final bend. Has James Wharton timed this okay? I think he has. He's all right. So, safety car is in. And as they come off the final turn, James Wharton is going to lead Rinicella, Ugachukwu, Nile, Lindblad, Toppinen and Al-Azadi. And as they come through, we are on the home stretch, and the fans are going to be treated to wheel-to-wheel drama. Green, 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 and we're racing once again at Q8 Motor Town. Wharton ahead of Rinicella. Rinicella's got him on the slipstream. He'll hug him through turn 1. He'll have the slipstream down the straight. Wharton's going to try and pitch him around. Here comes Rinicella. Rinicella trying to go wheel-to-wheel now. Wharton holding the inside line. Quite a few drivers trying the same trick down the straight. Rinicella trying to out-drag Wharton. Wharton's going to hold the inside line, no. Watch for Ugachukwu behind both of them. They want to try and pick up the pieces. Rinicella trying to get the switcheroo. Look at Théophile Nal in the Santalock in 4th place. Théophile Nal is right with them. Théophile Nal is suddenly emerging as a man under the radar here. He never did FIA karting. He only stuck to Miami Euro, but what an amazing driver he's turning into here in F4. As the field continues, cutting through that long flowing left-hand hairpin onto the second sector. Now we've got the pairs of S's. Right, then left. Then on the charge again. There is Kanato Lee, dueling with Noah Stromsted and Noah Lyle. Noah Stromsted seemed to have a bit of a look here. Oh, a little bit of an issue with the front wing there. Now who's that? That's Federico Rifai, who's got a broken front wing. So Federico Rifai is tucked up behind Valentin Klus. And unfortunately, Rifai has got a broken front wing. So that is not going to do him any favours whatsoever. Drivers trying their best to get to the finish in an F4 UAE race if they can. You've got to feel sorry for Gowder and David right down to the back of the field. But look, Rifai is going to have to pull out of the way. He knows he's got no grip, no opportunity to get the power down. So a big problem, I'm afraid, there. As Alexander Bolduev and Akshay Bora drop to the back of the field after their lap 1 shenanigans. I'm afraid it's going to be all problematic for Federico Rifai as he drops all the way down the field. Here we go. Wharton leads Rinicella. Rinicella's back in the slipstream once again. Ugachukwu, Nile, Lindblad, Toppinen, Lee, Lyle, Stromsted and Ibrahim. That's the top 10 for the moment. But Rinicella's going to have another go at Wharton. Down the straight to turn 2. And is Rinicella going to pop up alongside Wharton? He's already level with him alongside. And Rinicella trying to squeeze in, Wharton chopping across him. Rinicella now going the long way round to try and get level with him through turn 2. Wharton covers the inside base, but now they're going to try and drop down through the corkscrew. And if there's going to be an opportunity, Rinicella's going to take it. He has the filter back in. This section here in the end of the first sector is very reminiscent of that we see on the shorter configuration of Yas Marina, once known as the corkscrew circuit. Side by side for fifth, that's Lindblad and Tarpanen. Tarpanen getting on the inside of Lindblad, and Lindblad trying to hold him off. Tarpanen trying to go the long way round. No, you don't, says Arvid Lindblad. No chance. Through the right, through the left. Tarpanen and Lindblad are battling for the title with Ugachukwu, don't forget. Tarpanen really hunting an opportunity for Lindblad, trying to get the gap on the inside line. Tarpanen is right there. Red Bull Junior versus Ferrari Junior. High-Tech versus Mumbai Falcons. Britain versus Finland. Lindblad versus Tarpanen. Work their way into the third sector. Behind them is Kanato Lee. Then Lyle versus Stromstead. Noah Lyle is holding a nice line there. No chance of Noah Stromstead getting through, but he's going to drift wide on the exit. He'll hunt the curbs. Is Stromstead going to have a chance? No chance. Very nicely held there. Teofil Nal still running fourth in front of Lindblad and Tarpanen. And it's Kanato Lee, but you can see that Teofil Nal is starting to drop back a little from the leading trio. There's Lee, Lyle, Stromstead, Ibrahim, and Sebastian Murray in front of Flavio Olivieri. And there's been an off. There's been an off through turn one by the look of it. Now, was that someone actually going off the road or just kicking up dust? I think it might have been the latter. So already a very tough opening start to the race. Keanu Alazadi's had a tricky one. He's down in 12th position, having originally been up in the top four of the grid. It's really not gone his way at all. Wharton trying to drop Rinicella off the toe. Ugachukwu right there too. Rinicella having a bit of a think on the inside line. Still a good battle everywhere you look, and this is still Stromstead versus Lyle. Lyle on the inside, holds it. Stromstead trying to fend off from Mohammed Ibrahim. That's Valentin Klus getting in the mix there. So Klus has actually got past Ibrahim. So Klus is now into 10th position. Valentin Klus, the German, who is the teammate to Noah Stromstead. PHMs then are now 9th and 10th. Great to see so many drivers putting on a better show here than they did in Dubai. So some good performances thus far. But now we've certainly got quite a few drivers who are struggling to keep it up to speed. Here they come again. I make it 31 cars that are still racing. Actually, it's 33 because Rifai and Voljuev have got going again in 32nd and 33rd, respectfully. But unfortunately, their chances of a decent finishing position are pretty much gone. So Wharton, Rinicella, Ugachukwu, and then Teofil Nal. Both incidents will be investigated after the race. That one incident, by the way, that's just come up on the timing screen. But Wharton still keeping Rinicella and Ugachukwu at bay. Still a fair way to go in this one. Rinicella can't just rush this. He's got to really be tactical. Look after the tyres. Work himself into a good position. Out of the final turn, bit of a twitch there from Ugachukwu. That's probably the first mistake he's made all season. And side by side, Tarpanen getting alongside Lindblad down the main straight. Tarpanen's going to have his run into the first corner. He's got to be brave and commit to the first corner. He's got to hold it, so is Lindblad. Tarpanen's through. Good run from the Finn. He got a good run off the final corner, but now Lindblad's going to have the slipstream as they go down the main straight. They run parallel to the drag strip. Lindblad trying to tuck out from behind Lindblad and go alongside him as they come through. The leading trio go through, so does Teofil Nal. Lindblad running up alongside Tarpanen. Tarpanen can hold cover. Lindblad's going to have to bail out of it. So Tarpanen keeps the position. So Tuukka Tarpanen, the Finnish driver, who was the World Karting Champion in 2020, is now right here to put on an immaculate performance. A great show. He won the 2020 OK Junior title, and he won the 2021 World OK Championship title as well. Tuukka Tarpanen has been a bit of a whirling dervish in karting over the last 3 seasons, but now here he is in F4. Don't forget, this is his 4th ever car race, and he's battling away with Red Bull young gun Arvid Lindblad. Kanato Lee is just behind them. Then it's Noah Lyle, who has actually dropped a long way back from Kanato Lee, the high-tech driver. Check out this trade. We've got Lyle, Stromstead, Klus, Ibrahim, Karashkedo, Alazadi, McIntyre, and then Jack Beaton and James Bazika not that far away. Still a lot of racing to come this weekend here at Kuwait Motor Town. A really strong effort. Still they do. Wharton holding on to the lead. Antonelli in second place. recovery crew has managed to collect Lena Bueller's car, and they're going to take that back to the pits by the look of it. I just saw that in the background. Meanwhile, we've got Keanu Al-Azari trying to fight himself back into contention, getting up on the inside of Jesse Karaszkeda. Is that going to be enough to get through? He has to think about it as we look at Klus side by side. Al-Azari's going to try and open the throttle. He does, and there's not a lot that Karaszkeda can do except bail out of it. So Al-Azari is through, Karaszkeda goes wide, and that's going to be enough for Will McIntyre to get through past the Mexican as well. Meanwhile, further up, this is close between Klus and Lyle. Side by side, and Klus is going to have it. He actually ran enough room on the inside for Noah Lyle. And Klus is going to shake Noah Lyle off his tail up to the braking zone for turn 2. A big lunge from Noah Lyle into the hairpin. Is he going to have enough space? Yes, he does, but he doesn't overtake. Noah Lyle, no fear. Trying his best on Klus, and you can see the big twitch there from Valentin Klus in the BHM car. So now he knows, Noah Lyle, that he's got Valentin Klus a little bit vulnerable. Now this long flowing hairpin, the car can wash out here, especially in a tough crosswind. Much more technical hairpin next up, the right-hander. Then you come onto that set of chicanes. Right, then left. Still on the power. You're accelerating all the way through. Slight blip of the throttle through the next right-left. Got to blend the power. And Tarpanen now finds himself down behind Kanato Lee. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but Tarpanen is there in 7th position. Having initially got past Lindblad and Lee, we didn't see where he dropped back. But Tarpanen is down to 7th. And that is Mohammed Ibrahim trying to work his way forward in the next of the Mumbai Falcons cars. Still some good battles everywhere you look. There are 32 cars still running. We have lost Alexander Bolduev, we have lost Lena Bueller, we have lost Zach David and Dion Gauda, and we've also lost the 2 that tangled on the first lap, Alexander Abdisava, and we've also lost Georgi Juravsky from this race. And I'm not sure what happened to Tuka Tarpanen to drop him down to 7th place. I didn't see anything, and I'm not entirely sure if you did either. But a tough battle for the Finn, as side by side. This is Tarpanen trying to shake off Kanato Lee and trying to get back in on terms with him. Kanato Lee to the right of your picture, Tarpanen to the left of your picture. That's where Kanato Lee wants Tuka Tarpanen to be. It's going to be very difficult to hold him off. So Tarpanen breaks early, will get faster off the turn. Can he get back on terms with him on the inside line? No, Kanato Lee has held the car in the middle of the road. Exactly where you need to go. Kanato Lee sliding around a bit. But not a bad run from Kanato Lee. In his British karting days, everybody used to nickname him Bruce. So Kanato Lee doing a great job. Through the right-hander and back onto the chicane. A very strong run here from Kanato Lee, a man who never really raced out in international competition in his karting days, but has stepped into the F4 car and has immediately been on the pace. Big slide from Tuka Tarpanen. Look at the back end washout. And now he's got to try and hold and sustain that in front of Noah Stromsted, the Dane. Goodness me, that is how tough it is to follow in crosswinds. For anyone who thinks, oh, it's just easy, you follow the car behind, you pick up the slipstream, when you're mid-apex and you get that wash from the car in front, it throws the whole weight transfer of the car. And Tuka Tarpanen was very lucky indeed there not to pitch that into a spin. So Wharton leads, Rinicella and Ugachukwu. And it has been very windy indeed here at Kuwait Motor Town. It's been a lot colder and a lot cooler than it was in Dubai 2 weeks ago. So everybody's been having to adapt to that. Cars come back into view on the main straight. Wharton leads through turn 1. Rinicella, Ugachukwu, Nile, Lindblad, Tarpanen and Lee. So Tarpanen has come through behind Kanato Lee now, in fact. Look at Rinicella having to go defensive now to Ugachukwu. Ugachukwu's really got him on the ropes. He's going to brake late. He's going to try and hold it round the outside. And there's not a lot of room, so Ugachukwu decides, you know what, discretion's the better part of valor this time. He's going to attack him again, though. Down the drop. Ugachukwu is still right there with Rinicella. Rinicella hugs the inside line. Ugachukwu takes a slightly wider trajectory, can keep a little bit more speed up. Hunts down Rinicella again, trying to intimidate the Italian into a mistake. Through the right, through the left. on the battle once again. Right and left one more time. Lip of the throttle mid-section. Then you've got a series of right-handers. You just got to keep it flowing all the way through. Place the car neatly. Try and follow as close to the car in front as possible. Yugo Chukwu is in very tricky spots here. Trying to run as close to the car in front as you possibly can, whilst also not overexerting the tyres, not getting too close to the car behind mid-apex, because that can really throw the weight transfer off kilter. I have to say, I am massively impressed with Théophile Nal, the Frenchman for Saint-Elok, right up there in 4th position. A great run from him so far. The leading rookie, and going for the win in the rookie trophy, is Arvid Lindblad, 5th position for the Red Bull Junior. In front of Kanato Lee, Tuka Tarpanen, Noah Stromsted, Valentin Klus, and Noah Lyle. Then it's Ibrahim, Al-Azari, McIntyre, Kanashkedo, and the hard-charging James Bezique. So James Bezique has fought his way all the way up to 15th and is on a bit of a bandwagon charge here, going with his Australian countryman, Jack Beaton. But the top 3 altogether. Look, James Wharton is trying to throw Rinicella off his tail. But Rinicella isn't even close enough for that yet. Rinicella trying to defend from Yugo Chukwu. Further back, we've got battles. This is Kanato Lee versus Tuka Tarpanen, take 2. And Tarpanen's got level with Kanato Lee. He's trying to correct the radius. He's done it! Brilliant from Tarpanen. Tuka Tarpanen gets past Kanato Lee before they even hit the braking zone. Lovely job from the Finn. And the time has run down to 0. So, we've got 1 lap to go at the end of this one. So Tarpanen trying to run away and hide from Kanato Lee. I don't think he's going to catch Arvid Lindblad though before the end. So rather unfortunate. But what a great race this has turned out to be. And here's Yugo Chukwu again dueling with Valerio Rinicella. Yugo Chukwu staying close to Rinicella. Got to be tactical about where you make the bid for the overtake though. Not so easy to predict how that's going to play out. So still they battle on. Wharton, Rinicella. Yugo Chukwu further back in the pack. We've got a nice little battle developing there as the 2 pinnacles have beaten in Yamakoshi. Hiro Yamakoshi is in his first ever F4 UAE Championship race. He missed the first round in Dubai. Here he is in Kuwait Motor Town, picking up the pieces and getting up to speed rather quickly. So just 32 cars still running, I do believe, out of the 38 that started. This is where the real battle is. Rinicella versus Yugo Chukwu. You've got to be careful. If you're Yugo Chukwu, you don't want to throw away a 3rd place. If you can get 2nd, go for it. But you don't want to risk anything. Last lap. So the last lap begins here at Kuwait Motor Town. And it's been quite an exciting first race of single-seater action here on the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. Down the long drag straight. Rinicella trying to throw off the opportunity for Yugo Chukwu, who's swarming around all over the place. He almost recorrects into the side of Rinicella. And he has to bail out of it. Desperation, frustration, urgency from Yugo Chukwu. Drops it through down the hill. That was very aggressive from the American. That's the most flustered I've seen him all season. Really wants to keep the winning bandwagon rolling. Rinicella is the thorn in his side at the moment. But James Wharton out in front is going to take a deserving victory if it stays like this. So a really good run so far. Through they come. Right, left for the 2nd of the chicanes. And Yugo Chukwu is all over the back of Valerio Rinicella. But I don't think he's going to have the opportunity before the end of the lap. I think he's already missed that, I'm afraid. But out in front, if you're Australian, you're about to have a wonderful 90 seconds or so as James Wharton is going to finish the lap in the Mumbai Falcons car, give the team their first win of the season and run through to reignite his chances in the championship fight. James Wharton was an early favourite. It didn't go well for him in Dubai, certainly not as he would have hoped it to be. But here in Kuwait, cream rises to the top. And for James Wharton, part of the Ferrari Young Driver Academy, this is what he needed. Out of the final turn, James Wharton wins in Kuwait. Brilliant race, great run. Rinicella 2nd, Yugo Chukwu 3rd, Théophile Nal in 4th, ahead of the rookie winner, Arvid Lindblad from Tuka Tarpanen and Kanato Lee. A great battle, a great race. Noah Lyle rather sadly dropping back to 10th on the last lap behind Stromsted and Klus. And Ibrahim in front of Al-Azari, McIntyre and Carrasquedo. Pazik, Beaton, Yamakoshi, Lacorte, Jensen, and in the top 20, Bianca Bustamante for her best finish in F4. A great run though from James Wharton up front. An excellent start to his Kuwait campaign. Great run from the Aussie. James Wharton, so laid back, so chilled. Now, so jubilant. That will be a big, big relief for him. After the disappointment of Dubai, coming back here to Kuwait to win, that's a big moment as far as he's concerned, and he deserves it. Works very hard, always plays the team game well, and I'm sure the Mumbai Falcons team will be very happy with their Australian charge as James Wharton comes through for the victory. A terrific start to the campaign for the Aussie in terms of points scored. But there are so many positives to take from this race. Rinicella, such a smooth defence of second place in front of the man of the moment, Hugo Ugachukwu. And Teofil Nile, 4th position for Santilok. Now that is a name you really need to pay attention to. Teofil Nile is going to be quite the megastar in years to come based off this. He has not done anywhere near as much international karting as the drivers around him did in their youth. And so Teofil Nile, to be right up there in the top 5 at this level, my goodness, that is one heck of a talent behind the wheel of the Santilok. Good to see Lindblad, Tarpanen and Lee battling for the rookie honours. And both drivers, Lindblad and Tarpanen, fighting for the win, giving as good as they got. So really good to see. Little bit of argy-bargy on lap 1, but I think that's to be expected, really. Let's try and look through the field at some of the star turns. Noah Stromsted was really impressive there in the top 10 as well, as was Valentin Klus. Listen to the jubilance and the elation of James Wharton and the Mumbai Falcons team. A great race. And a great victory for the Australian. Beside Rinicella and Ugachukwu on the podium, but he's the man on top. That means a lot to James Wharton, you could hear it. There you go, mate, at last. A very deserving win for James Wharton. The championship fight begins here. He becomes the 3rd different winner in 4 races. Now it's game on. A great run there from James Wharton, an extreme talent, definitely worth watching. So James Wharton takes the win from Valerio Rinicella and Hugo Ugachukwu, then Teofil Nile in a brilliant 4th place. The rookie win goes to Arvid Lindblad ahead of Tuukka Tarpanen and Kanato Lee. Noah Stromsted, Valentin Klus and Noah Lyle in the top 10. Next up, Mohammed Ibrahim in front of Keanu Al-Azari and Will McIntyre. Then Jesse Carrasquedo and James Pazik. Then it is Jack Beaton, a very strong run in front of Hugh Yamakoshi in his first race. Nicola Lacorte, Theo Jensen, and a very strong race for Bianca Bustamante. Sebastian Murray drove well to 21st in front of Flavio Olivieri. Jacob Bergmeister ahead of Matteo Quintarelli. Emilio De Rus and Kai Darignani from Luciano Morano, Victoria Blocchina, Rafael Narak, and Akshay Bora. The last 2 finishers were Hamda Al-Kubaisi and Federico Rifai. And what a start to motorsport on the world stage for Kuwait Motor Town. This place really does have a lot of potential. It's not perfect yet. There's still a lot to build around here. The entertainment city, which was going to be done originally through COVID, but what a start. Let's head down to James Wharton, who is with Feline Wang.
Hey James, congratulations, a fantastic race. And tell us about the beginning, so quite a lot of dramas.
Yeah, I think being this first time on the track, it was a very unknown situation for everyone. But it was good to get in the lead. Then the safety car restart was hard, but finally got the win, and first of many, hopefully. 1 week later than what I wanted, but now time to push for the championship.
Okay, thank you. 那刚刚呢，我问到 James， 他也是呢第一次来到这条赛道，他提到呢，他拿到冠军呢，非常的开心，而且因为比赛呢，因为红旗之后重启其实是有点艰难，不过他还是保持了第1的位置，同时呢，这个刚刚的这个比赛周刚刚开始，也希望在之后呢获得更多的胜利。Back to you guys.
Thanks, Feline. Of course, the race 2 grid is now assessed by who set the fastest lap during the course of race 1. You'll never guess who did it. Yuga Chukwu. How does he find his way to the front of the field so many times? The American still very much in a great opportunity. Let's look back over the best bits from the first ever F4 race at Kuwait Motor Town. So the F4 UAE Championship race has been a fantastic one. And James Wharton has triumphed in front of Valerio Vinicella and Yuga Chukwu. Race 1 has given us our third different race winner of the 2023 season. And what a superb battle it has been out on the Kuwait Motor Town circuit. It's not the only single-seater racing we're going to get today, because we'll have the Formula Regional Middle East Championship certified by FIA in a few short minutes, as their pit exit is going to be opening on time, which is great news. So up to the podium then we go. Third position for Yuga Chukwu. He looks rather disappointed with it, but still putting in good points. Second place for Valerio Vinicella. A great run for him, his best result of the season. But the Australian James Wharton gets the job done, and a very significant victory for the Australian. And we have the rookie winner, Arvid Lindblad. For the third time this season, he takes the rookie victory. He did it twice in Dubai, and now he does it here in Kuwait Motor Town. He's putting on an excellent display. It's a great show. And now these F4 drivers definitely have some great racing in front of them. So first the rookie trophy to Arvid Lindblad. Fifth position after a great duel with Tuka Tarpanen and Kanato Lee. He'll want the overall podium tomorrow, but a great fight back from Lindblad. Truly immaculate pace. A solid effort from Yuga Chukwu. He'll be disappointed, but in the long run, that's good points for the championship. Valerio Vinicella did not buckle under the pressure. Good work from the Italian. But James Wharton is back on top. The Australian deserves the win, as do the Mumbai Falcons team. A great run, a brilliant effort, and more F4 UAE Championship racing to look forward to tomorrow. A great opening race here in Kuwait. And it's definitely going to be an interesting title battle from here on in. James Wharton is now well and truly in the fight. So some great duels from our competitors here at Kuwait Motor Town. And it's now time for our drivers to celebrate The Rosewater flies as Kuwait Motor Town sees the first ever F4 United Arab Emirates Championship race on its circuit, and it gave us a really good duel. James Wharton triumphant, Lindblad the fighter, but Yuga Chukwu still leads the title race at this early stage. 2 races tomorrow, and we hope you join us for them. I'm Jake Sanson. Check you tomorrow evening.
Yes, it's me. And no, it's not cricket. But it's the same energy. It's not between the runs, but the laps. It's not between 2 teams, but many to come. It's not just between the players, but also their machines. Sweat, not in the jerseys, but in their gears. It's about the race this time. Show up to cheer for Amchi Mumbai.
Mumbai Falcons at the Asian F3 Championship, UAE.
Yes, it's me. And no, it's not cricket. But it's the same energy. It's not between the runs, but the laps.